What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be changing the rear pads on a 2019 Nissan Rogue with the electronic parking brake. You can see the motor back there behind the camera. This should apply for most late model 2016 and up Nissans with the electric parking brake. Should be very similar. Before I took off the wheel, I made sure to set up the vehicle with the scan tool in service mode. So I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, so here I am using the scan tool. This is a let me lower the brightness on this. This is a launch software with a Bluetooth dongle, and this stuff makes wonder. Does a lot of things as well as bi-directional commands. So here I am in the Nissan Rogue. It already scanned it. So here I'm gonna go to the, hold on, let me focus real quick. Here I'm gonna go to the electric parking brake module. So I'm gonna select the system and I'm gonna choose, from what I remember, this is the module EHS PKB, and then we're gonna go to the commands or functions. Okay, we're gonna go to functions. The first function is brake pad replacement, start and finish. So I did that. Press OK, and then just press the start. I already did it. So once I'm done with the brakes, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna hit finish. All right, and what that does is basically releases the electric motor on the rear caliper. However, if you don't have that tool, then I'm sure you could take apart the caliper and the motor and spin it by hand. Okay, I have done it before. I've been successful with it. Now, what I want to emphasize is that with these, you do not need a brake caliper compressor tool to compress the piston, because after you put it in service mode, that the motor loosens the piston, then you could put anything back here and it's just gonna compress it. Okay, you see that? And that's it, it's compressed. All right, without having to spin the piston. So I'm gonna show you what's next. Okay, so I just undid the 213mm bolts holding the guide pins. I grabbed it with the vice grips here. This should be right here. You gotta hold this so you don't spin. This is a 17mm. However, my wrench is not slim enough to fit in between those, so I just grab it with I just held it with the vice grips. So now that we can take the caliper apart, you see the piston is compressed. Now, the reason I'm making this video, because I was looking on YouTube what tool I need. You know, if I need the caliper piston tool, and it was showing some tool with the 3 dots. You know, because this is like you can see it has 3 slots in triangle shape, and I was worried if I get a loaner tool, it might not have that, and definitely didn't have it. So, but the thing is that I just found out that I don't need it, because the piston was able to compress without spinning it. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm making it clear here. You can see the pads here. This one is low, this one is not. However, the slide pins are fine. You might think sliding. You might think that because this uneven wear between the pads, the pins might be seized, but in reality, what happens is that either the travel of the piston by factory or the travel by the pins is not a long enough range to compress both pads at the same time with the same force once they wear out. Okay, now if they're both brand new, they're gonna work fine, but once they start thinning out, then this one is the one that takes the most pressure. So just because you see this and you see this perfectly, then you may really wonder what's the problem. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Alright, so I'm done installing the new pads. You can see they're brand new in there, and once again, without having to use any special tools. Alright, so now we're gonna go and finish the brake pad replacement mode with the scanner. Alright, we're back here at the vehicle, and I've noticed that while it's been sitting at the start brake pad replacement mode, it's been having that tire light on. So that's probably one of the indicators that it's still in that mode. Or at least I think. Alright, so we put the ignition on and let's hit finish brake pad replacement. Hit OK. And then focus, and then let me hit start, and we should be hearing the matter of fact, let me take it over there. We should be hearing the motors actuating. Okay, so let's put the tablet here and turn my light, and just let's listen for it. Okay, okay, I don't know if you saw that, but actually I think I'm able to restart the process, then compress it, and then finish it again, just so you guys see how the piston moves. Okay, alright, so once again I'm able to compress it now that I put it in service mode. Alright, so all the way compressed. Let me take the caliper back just so you see the gap. Alright, and as I actuate it here, the tablet, I'm gonna press my finger and you're gonna see the piston move. Okay, and go. And that's it, guys. Like I said, even if you don't have the scanner, you are still able to do it by disassembling the motor and then manually spinning the piston. And even if you don't have the scan tool, you still do not need a caliper tool to compress it. And that's that, guys. See you next time.